Hello, I'm Mark Shapiro. I am not a jazz musician, but please stay tuned. I am music director of the Cecilia Chorus and Orchestra of New York. And the reason that I'm here is that I have a collaboration with the fantastic jazz pianist and musician Cyrus Chestnut, which is going to happen in Carnegie Hall on Friday, April 19th at 8 p.m. Hi, Cyrus.
Okay, how are you?
Good to see you, my friend.
Oh, good to see you as well. God. Being able to present this story, well, it's very dear to me, and to be able to present it in such a prestigious place, I feel I'm very honored, and I'm very humbled, and I really just really want to say thank you.
I've been telling everybody while you were getting on how starstruck I am to be working with you. You
Oh,
know, I've, I've known about your music making for so long, and I've been such a fan for so long. Maybe you can tell us now a bit about the piece itself.
Power in the Blood is a collection of pieces from a larger work entitled The Saga of the Cross. And the Saga of the Cross is basically the Easter story told from the African American perspective. There's elements of the full African diaspora here, elements of jazz, gospel. There's even there's some remnants of the classical idiom. It's just music told from respectively my point of view. To know me is that I kind of like a melting pot, if I could say. So, and anytime you might hear me play, you could hear a hymn. You were talking about Beethoven. You could hear remnants of Beethoven, Brahms, or Bach. You could hear a gospel romp all within. So, this particular piece, it, it, it's just simply again the story of Easter. There's the feet and the hands. There's the swinging rhythm. There also is the laments. There's harmonic color. A lot of different things that just basically is comes from my heart to the audience.
There's a real feeling in our heart and in our ear of saying yes to the world and yes to togetherness.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and this, I think it's the spirit for us for the program of having, we've been really saying Beethoven and Chestnut and putting you side by side in our artwork, and that we really see the connection and the quality of those two people and
Yeah.
those two ears. And it seems to me, from what I know about your music making, that absolutely things come into your ear and then you just run with the ball. Does
Well, you know, as the composer, I like to think as a ongoing developing improviser. And I say developing improvisers. Improvisation is something that you just don't learn in Six Easy Steps for 1995 plus shipping and handling. If you to understand me, you have to forgive me in advance for speaking in many analogies. I've been kind of taught that way coming up on the jazz scene. Um, I want to develop a cabinet, a kitchen cabinet that's full of different spices. So, and the reason is that when I prepare a dish, even if it's a dish that I'm very used to preparing, I don't always prepare it the same way. So, that being said, if I'm playing a piece of music, I thrive on having different approaches. I believe that music, in many ways, should be within the spirit of the moment. If I am, again, if I'm going to be a spontaneous composer, improvisation, spontaneous composition. So, when I sit down to play, it is theme and variations, yes, but I am in that moment. Do I know everything about the? Do I know? I'm learning everything about the process of using rhythm, melody, and harmony to develop a musical story. Um, Certain things are written down for those who want to know. Yeah, there are, but it's a template. It's a template of which I like to take the liberty of being able to approach different ways. Um,
So, if I could jump in for a moment, I think that's one of the things that we are loving and really looking forward to about the project is that what the chorus can do is not so improvisatory for us, but we do feel we can absolutely create a space in which you can go to town.
what happens that evening is designed for that evening. I often say this a lot. What is designed for that evening is designed for those who listen on that evening. Um, if I would do it again, it would be completely different.
I
And
want to ask you something about that because my own feeling about performing is that we should be doing it for the moment.
yes,
And
yes,
I think there's a lot of pressure in our culture to do everything always the same way.
we as human beings, are not. In many ways, we are analog beings in a digital generation.
Well said.
So we're more than ones and zeros. And
Absolutely.
so the human being, I believe, has a way of being able to adapt and change different things. And so, um, with I give total respect to the repertory, and there's a place for that. But um, I like to work with inside the repertory and around the repertory.
Yeah.
We create something for the moment. It's just once again just a celebration of a beautiful story,
Yeah.
done in not just the usual way.